Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Bryan, and I'm going over the Fuji Altamira 1.0, a bike that I personally own, and I gotta say, I really like it. It's a mountain goat. It's actually from 2011, so it's a slightly older frame set. It's going to come with a D6 carbon instead of the C15. And that's that frame set just came out, I think, in the last 2 years. Now I believe that there's even an SL model. My Fuji's a little different than most of the ones that you've probably seen riding around due to the fact that it's going to have the FCT 330 gram fork. Something that you need to be really careful about whenever you're buying a bike from Performance Bike especially is that they actually change out a couple of the components to make it a little bit more cost effective for the consumer. But what ends up happening is that you're paying for a lot more extra weight. And so any bike that you'll see at Performance is going to have a 440 gram fork instead of the 330. Even if the frame set says Altamira 1.0, it's different. They have an agreement that they worked out with the parent company of Fuji to supply them with a different a different bike that's labeled as the same. Now, if you're looking for the real Fuji stuff, and actually the high-end Fuji, you're going to have to go to either a boutique shop or you're going to have to order it online through Competitive Cyclists or Colorado Cyclists or one of the authorized Fuji dealers that doesn't sell the quote-unquote special edition bikes. So this bike is going to be set up with Ultegra 6800, and you can see it's going to be the darker version of it. It kind of flows better with the bike. I also have the RS80 wheel set for it. Now in total I have about $2,000 into the bike. I actually bought the frame set used, but it was in immaculate condition, and then I spent about another maybe $1,300 on the components that you see on it today. It's going to have an EC carbon seat post, and it's also going to have actually a specialized stem. The thing I like about the specialized stem is that you can adjust the angle to get it perfect. So you're so instead of being kind of stuck to either 6 degrees or 8 degrees or 17 degrees, plus or minus in terms of a rise, this one you can get whatever dialed in that you like, and it's going to work well for you. Running aluminum bars. Always run aluminum bars. Carbon bars, as much as I think they're overpriced, they do save some weight. But the problem is that if you ever crack them, or if you run into any sort of lamination issue, you can't actually see it underneath the grip tape. So what we do instead, or I guess I should say, or what I do, is that I'll run an aluminum bar due to the fact that it'll bend before it necessarily fails, and then that will tell me that I need to replace the bar if I'm ever in a crash or anything like that. So things that I can tell you about the Fuji Altamira. Overall, great bike. Really stiff, rides very similarly to my S-Works SL3. Now granted, the frame is actually a little bit smaller. This is a medium large. Comes out to riding like a true 56. My Specialized S-Works is actually a 56.5, so it's kind of a misnomer. A lot of people think that the 56s are going to be true 56s on the Specialized. However, they're a little bit bigger. So if you were looking to get the ideal size, understand that the Fuji Altamira is going to be slightly smaller than the S-Works that you may have test ridden if you're trying to get a fit size-wise. And that's another thing, sizes. The Fujis are really weird when it comes to sizes. What Fuji does is it's going to take this measurement, so you're going to go from center of BB to the seat post collar, and that, because they're compact frame, it's going to measure out to be 53 centimeters. However, the bike is a 56. I am just about 6 foot, and I ride the medium-large version of the bike if you were looking to purchase it online. This is a race bike. It is raced, and it has been raced since 2011 when it was first debuted on the Vuelta, and it's won numerous stages, and it's actually, I believe, it won a stage in the Tour de France, or maybe got top 5. I mean, of course, it comes back to the rider. A bike will not make you better. It can only make your life more enjoyable, but it will not make you better. So just remember that. Just because a bike may have won a stage race or maybe used by a pro team doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make you a pro rider. That just comes from putting the time in, eating right, and working out with guys who you think are better than you. So always be challenging yourself. So that's the Fuji Altamira overall, and this is the one I own. I really like the bike. I highly suggest it. If you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and leave a comment below. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But I'll probably end up doing another review whenever I'm out on the road with it. However, I've got about 3,000 miles on it already. Overall, just a really, really nice riding bike, and definitely worth the price tag. Hands down the best value in the open market that I've seen in a long time. So if you don't get a pro deal, then I definitely say pick up an Altamira. It's a race bike on a budget.